Hello everyone! Today I am so excited because I am going to be giving you guys an apartment tour. This whole space has honestly meant a lot to me because this is the very first time I have lived alone. This is the first time I have had an entire apartment to decorate myself, to call my own space, do what I want with it, and I think that's something super special. So I am so excited to show you guys around a little bit. One thing I do want to talk about and I feel like is worth noting is just the process of getting this apartment because it was so stressful, and that's not necessarily the fault of the realtor or the landlord. It was just a wild process. I graduated from college May 12th, and the morning of May 14th, I packed up my U-Haul and me and my dad made the drive to Los Angeles, California. But there was one problem with this plan. When I left Texas, I didn't have an apartment. And I don't even think I had actually applied for this apartment at that point. I had applied for a couple of other apartments, and I just kept struggling with not getting the apartment. Whether it was, oh, you have to have a certain credit score, or oh, you didn't apply early enough. I was struggling, and it wasn't until we got to Phoenix, Arizona, I believe, that I had finally gotten a confirmation for an apartment. And I had never stepped foot in it. I had never seen the apartment, never even seen the neighborhood. So I was truly just going where life took me in that moment. But I think I got super lucky with this place. It's in an older building. I think there's only about 16 units in this entire building. As you can see behind me, and we'll see throughout the video, it is a gorgeous exposed brick apartment, which I was a little nervous about because I didn't know how well it would match with the things I currently own. But I think it looks really good actually and adds a lot of character to the apartment. And the best perk of all, it is rent controlled. Housing is expensive, especially in LA. So finding a unit that is rent controlled is something I was super happy about. But yeah, I really like the building. I really like the apartment so far. And I'm so excited to give you guys a tour. So this is the entryway to my apartment. I have these string lights up going all the way around and wrapped around this pole here. I thought it was super cute. I had these string lights in a previous apartment, and I thought wrapping them around this was kind of a unique opportunity in this apartment, so I figured why not. I also have all of my bags back here, and then my more daily use bags. And there are two of these little half walls in this apartment, and I really like them. It's basically built-in shelving, and it's super convenient because whenever I'm coming in, if my hands are full, I can just drop all of my stuff right here. But right now I just have my wallet, my sunglasses, and usually anything else that I'm carrying with me frequently. One thing I also want to draw attention to in this entryway is the stick. You're probably sitting there wondering, what is the stick? This is the stick. If you're a girly in an apartment and you live alone, you're probably familiar with the stick. This thing has saved my peace of mind so many times. My apartment door is locked. It's not going anywhere. But for a little extra peace of mind, the stick. When you come in to the left, you enter the kitchen. I am super fortunate with this apartment because I have a full-size kitchen all to myself. Having an apartment by myself and living alone for the first time was already a big adjustment, and having my own kitchen has been such a treat. Especially as a gluten-free girly, I don't have to worry about cross-contamination with other foods that could potentially make me not feel great because I have this whole gluten-free kitchen all to myself. I even replaced a lot of my kitchen supplies whenever I moved out from my college apartment. So it is a 100% gluten-free, cross-contamination free environment. This space is just super great and I love how open it is. I've been working on making it feel cozier, and I think over the past 3 months I've done a pretty good job at that. So this area is my work from home desk office space. On my left here, I have my height adjustable desk. It's super convenient if I've been sitting for a long time, I'm feeling antsy, I want to get up and move around, but I still need to work. I've got my laptop here. I have this desk organizer that I actually made myself. I am very proud of it. It was a difficult project, but I had a lot of fun making it. And then on my right, I have these IKEA Alex drawers along with some different materials for work. And you're probably asking what this big thing is. This is called a Glowforge. It is the company that I currently work for, and my job is to be a content creator for them. So I not only get to craft some really cool stuff, but I also take videos of me doing it, edit them, and they get posted on social. It's a super cool job. This thing is insane. If you're a crafter of any capacity, I highly recommend looking into it. And this isn't me being salesy for my job. This is like, I actually think this thing is so cool. But overall, this workspace is really nice. I think this area was intended to be more of a dining room situation because it's right next to the kitchen. But I live by myself and I feel like a dining room table just wouldn't have been as used as this little office nook. So I went with the more functional choice. Next is the living room area. To my right, you'll see I have this big circle mirror. And I've had this for a couple years, but when I moved into this specific apartment, I was kind of nervous. Because as you can see, there's a lot of brick and it's really difficult to hang things on brick. And so I had no clue where I was going to put this mirror. But as I was moving, as I was settling in, I noticed there was a giant screw sticking out of the wall in the perfect place to hang this mirror. And it was actually sort of perfect because then I didn't have to do any additional damage to the brick. And it worked perfectly for me to hang this mirror on. Next up over here is my TV and my TV stand. And if you look closely, this is actually just two nightstands pushed together. I had had these before and the area for my bed was pretty limited. So I opted to just put these together and use them for my TV. And it actually works pretty well because I have some storage in here and it worked out to be the perfect size for my TV. If you know me, you already know about the beloved egg chair. When I moved out of my parents' house and got my own space, even in our little dorm suite, I was so excited to get one of these things. It is so cozy. I love to just like curl up in it and read or do work. And it's so comfortable. I will admit I have taken a few naps in this thing. I love it. And if you have room in your apartment to get one of these things, 10 out of 10 recommend the egg chair. Next to the egg chair, I have my bar cart. As someone who's only been 21 for like 2 months, I'm really trying to become more of like a wine and cocktail girly. So I have a couple of recipe books back here. I have my wide array of different glasses. My personal favorite glass though is this margarita glass that I got in Arizona because it has a little cactus on the stem and it's so cute. Oh, one of my other favorite things on this bar cart. I studied abroad in Ireland during my undergrad, and look at this. It is a Baby Guinness shot candle. How adorable is this? I also want to take a moment to shout out my couch. Whenever I was looking for couches originally, I wanted to get a pull-out couch because this is a small space, and if I have guests come into town or friends who stay over, I just wanted to give them another option. But at the time, I wasn't able to find something that fit my space that I enjoyed. So I went with this couch instead, and honestly, I'm glad that I did. First of all, it is so wide. There is so much space on this couch. And if you take off these back cushions, it's, I would say, basically the size of a twin bed. And it's so much cozier than any pull-out couch that I've slept on. And overall, I am very happy with this purchase. I was a little nervous at first, but I love it. And this is my bedroom. Technically, it's labeled as a studio apartment, but if you look right by the walkway, there's one of those little springy things that goes on the wall to protect it from getting dinged up by a door. I wish I could tell you I knew the official name for it, but I don't. But that means that there used to be a door and a full wall in this room. And so at some point it got transformed into a studio, but it's still the same size as a 1-bedroom apartment. And I actually prefer this half wall here because it really opens up the space. But yeah, I have my bed here. I have this little bookshelf here that I almost use as like a nightstand. It came from my great-grandparents' house, and it's kind of nice to incorporate things from some different family members and things that have been passed down throughout the apartment. Behind me, yes, I have my stuffed animals. Yes, I'm a 21-year-old who sleeps with stuffed animals. mind your business. If you look over here, I know it is a little silly to have a curtain only on one of my 3 windows. I have a first floor apartment, and if you look out that window, you'll see the backyard area of the apartment complex. So there's like a picnic table and some grass for people to take their dogs out. And at night, whenever it's dark out there and light in here, it is so awkward to just sit on my bed and like avoid eye contact with people taking their dogs out to pee. So I just went ahead, I put up this curtain only on the one window because I like having the natural light from my other windows. Plus those windows face a fence. To my left here, I've got my record player where I've got Stick Season by Noah Kahan on deck. I've got my jewelry box here, some Taylor Swift Eras Tour souvenirs here, little light up stick, confetti, bracelets, and then I have this lamp. I fell in love with this lampshade. It is from Anthropologie, but it was on back order for months and months through the American website. And this was right after I'd gotten back from being abroad, so I was like, oh, I have the bright idea. Why don't I just go to the UK website and see what they have available? And sure enough, it was available. So I ordered it and I had it shipped, and it still got here from the UK faster than it would have if I had just gone through the American website. But there was a small issue. I went to put it on the lamp and it didn't fit because apparently the UK has different lamps. So it sits on there, but it is a little wobbly, so sometimes it'll like do that. But I put some hardware in and it stays pretty well. And then up here I've got this shelf with some various artwork just on display. This is 1000% the most expensive thing in this entire apartment. My college degree. Now we're in the bathroom. I don't know, there's not a whole lot to show off with this space. It's pretty simple. I have my shower behind me, and there is a window actually in there, and so it provides some natural light. But for early mornings or late nights when it's not so bright, I have this strand of string lights that I have looped around here. And it also acts as like a nice little night light whenever I like get up in the middle of the night. I don't have to turn on this big light. There is not a lot of counter space in here, so I usually end up using the closed seat on the toilet or the edge of the tub. I actually keep under here, let me show you. I keep my daily makeup in this little Lazy Susan, so I can just set it right here next to me while I get ready. And it has a little handle, so it's super easy to put under the sink and take back out. Because of the lack of counter space, I also added this little basket and shelf here because I don't really have room in my medicine cabinet for anything super tall. So this is where my tall or bigger items end up. But yeah, my bathroom is pretty simple. It's a pretty small space, but I also don't need a whole lot of room, and so it works out. And that is my apartment. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey. I hope you enjoyed getting to see everything. If you were watching this video and you see specific things and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, I wanna buy it, I am going to do my best at linking the specific things that I have in the description of this video. I wanna help the girlies out in finding super cute decor. So if you like something and it's not linked below, don't hesitate to reach out to me as well, and I will do my best to provide information on where I got it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like it and subscribe. You can also follow me on all my different social medias to keep up with me and my life and what I'm up to. And that is it for now. Bye guys.